changing sources back there, Gracyn?
I'm trying, and my camera is black, and also the top camera is black.
Grayson's trying to switch back and forth, but her camera is black, and then the top camera is black. It looks like her power's not on.
Oh, that's because I didn't turn anything on. Ha!
She's looking. She's just got power.
Oh, there we go. Ha!
We're good.
I do need to turn this lighting up, though.
It's not really distracting, right? Just press go. So, anyway, besides the point, I don't like that it was in. Then you brought it in.
Alright, hello to everyone on our YouTube Live. Meteorologist Gracyn Fruend back at it again. We are going to start our noon show in the next couple of minutes here, and we're back in the Road Warrior, going to give you some live road conditions. And currently we are heading south on I-380, and we are going to be keeping an eye on obviously the road conditions, but also if we're seeing any accidents, any cars pulled off to the side. I know there's been a lot of accidents out to the west this morning where that heavier snow is already falling, and that's basically what's coming for us. And so we're just going to continue to give you guys some live updates for the next around 40 minutes here. And so like earlier this morning, if you have any questions about the weather today, the snow, travel questions about any of the roads, go ahead and drop them in the chat. And another great resource I want to point out for you if you do have to do any traveling is Iowa 511. It gives all of the road conditions in Iowa, shows where the plows are, shows covered roads, where is good to travel, where is not good to travel. But again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and we'll be live here for about the next 40 minutes. What? Yeah.
Were we live when I was on the phone with Brent at the beginning part?
Oh.
Turn it on.
Oh.
I was not.
Oh, we didn't start till like 3 minutes ago, so. You good?
Okay, we're rolling on
Yep. All right, we're still traveling south on 380, just passed through downtown Cedar Rapids. And you can see on our camera, the snow is starting to settle down. And so we're kind of on the outer edge of this system. But again, we still have the winds that we'll be dealing with through the afternoon. Winds have already been pretty strong. I think peaking around 50 mile per hour gusts just this morning, and so this is going to continue through the afternoon. And even though the snow is starting to slow down, doesn't mean the wind is going to stop, and so the wind's going to continue to blow this snow that's already on the ground onto the roadways, leading to some still difficult travel conditions. I think this morning was kind of the worst of it, but of course, depending on where you're at, we're still going to have these impacts throughout the next couple of hours, and things should start to improve by the evening commute. So if you do have to do any driving today, something to keep in mind, I mentioned the 511 website earlier is a good way to check road conditions. We'll also have details on our website, and we have our noon show here starting in about 8 minutes, and so you can go ahead and tune into that. I'll have some information for you on there. Rebecca will also have some more weather updates for you there, and we'll continue to live stream here on YouTube, so you can stay here too and drop any questions that you guys have down in the chat. Okay. Oh, cool. What?
How far away was that jackknife?
I have no idea. I'll ask. It'd be right at 130. Here's a live look at Highway 30. We're now heading west, and you can see the roads aren't too bad. We do have partially covered roads. The snow is sticking, and the snow is pretty light right now, but still dealing with these strong winds, and we can definitely feel it here in the Road Warrior, just kind of shifting the car around a little bit. And the wind is going to remain strong through the afternoon. Even when the snow does come to an end, wind is still going to be an issue, just continuing to blow that snow that is already on the ground up. And things are going to start to improve once the snow does fully stop, but again, still going to have that wind through the majority of the day today. And going to lead to some difficult travel conditions, especially where that heavier snow has already fallen. And got our noon show starting here in just about 2 minutes, so go ahead and pop over there if you want a more detailed forecast. Rebecca will give that to you, but we're going to stay here on YouTube Live for the next 30 minutes. And you can ask me any questions you guys have about travel conditions, the roads, any specific roads you have any questions about, or the forecast for the rest of the day, and I'd be happy to answer those. $30. Nope, not out of the woods yet, but I will say things are definitely looking a lot better than they were just a few hours ago, and we've had multiple crashes reported. We didn't see any earlier this morning, but since then the snow has increased, and let's take you live right now. We are headed west on Highway 30, just past Highway 100, where we did have a big crash just earlier. That's kind of what we were coming to check out, but didn't see anything, so looks like they might have gotten that cleared up. But you can see right now, even though, oh, here we go. Yeah, here's that semi that we were looking for. So obviously the snow has calmed down, but the winds are still a big issue and will continue to gust 50, 60 miles per hour till about 6 p.m. today. And so even when the snow does stop, that wind is still going to be blowing the snow around that has already fallen, leading to just difficult travel conditions through this afternoon. But again, you can see the snow has started to calm down, but it doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. And again, we're heading west on Highway 30 right now, and we'll continue to give you a couple more updates within the next couple of minutes in our noon newscast. But for now, reporting from the Road Warrior, I'm meteorologist Gracyn Fruend with Iowa's News Now. That's perfect. All right, for everyone on our YouTube Live, we are coming up on an accident that happened just a couple hours ago on Highway 30. It's right before or right after the intersection where Highway 30 and Highway 100 meet, and the semi is just completely sideways in between lanes heading west and eastbound, and we're currently headed east on Highway 30 just past that semi that you should see here in just a second. But we've also seen some plows that are out here, passing one right now on your screen, and there's really not much that they can do right now because there's really not much snow out on the roads, and the snow is pretty much coming to an end here within the next couple of hours, but the wind is not. There's nothing that the plows can do about that. So continue to take it slow if you do have to be out on the roads at all this afternoon. Even though the snow will be done, doesn't mean that there won't be any travel impacts with the wind. And we've seen many reports of accidents this morning. Of course, we just passed that semi, and we don't want any more accidents today. So stay home if you can, but if you do have to be out on the road, just make sure you're being careful and taking it slow. Alright guys, currently heading north on Highway 100. You can see the roads are pretty decent right now. All of the snow that was on them earlier is starting to melt, and the snow isn't really going to be the issue for the rest of the day as it already is moving out of the area, but the issue here is going to be the wind. And even though we won't have snow falling pretty much for the rest of the day as it does exit the state, still going to have this issue of the winds. We can feel it here in the Road Warrior, just kind of jerking us around, and I can see even looking ahead, the wind is just blowing the snow that is on the ground, blowing it around, and so that will of course lead to lower visibility. You can kind of see it here on our camera. It's hard to see what's ahead of us, and just going to kind of continue throughout the next couple of hours. So even though we're almost out of the woods with the snow, that's not the case for the wind. And if you guys have any questions about the forecast today, any road conditions, drop them in the chat and I'll answer them for you. And we're currently again on Highway 100 heading towards Covington. Alright guys, now we're heading northwest on Covington Road, and you can see no snow on the roads here right now, but I can see in the distance on the sides of the roads where there is snow, the wind is just blowing it up and blowing it onto the roads here that you can maybe see on our camera. Yep, you can see it. So still some slippery spots out here with the portions of the road that are covered in the snow, and the wind is going to continue to blow the snow onto the roads today. So even if you pass over a spot that's clear, it doesn't mean that won't be the case, or that will be the case maybe say 5 minutes later, because this wind is just going to continue to blow snow onto the roads pretty much through the rest of the afternoon. And any questions you guys have about forecast or road conditions, drop them down below. Oh. One minute. Yeah, Rebecca, that's literally what I was going to say. Right now we are headed west on Shellberg Road in Palo, and we were just kind of headed northwest, and we are in this open rural area. I'll go ahead and show you here. Again, we're on Shellberg in Palo headed westbound, and compared to the city, we are seeing just this blowing snow. And go ahead and look at the camera right now. You can see, even though the roads are starting to clear up, or they were just a couple minutes ago, that doesn't mean that that'll be the case throughout the rest of the day, because we'll still be dealing with these strong winds, 40 to even 60 miles per hour, and we're pretty much face to face with that wind right now because it is coming out of the north and northwest, and it's just continuing to blow this snow from, the sides of